someone sent a question on the email that he is really enjoying, the videos of teachers of Advaita and sees them repeatedly in the hope that it impacts his daily living. So the frustration was that I keep viewing these videos throughout the day for days, and I enjoy them, it's not like a punishment, but it gets frustrating because when it comes to actual instances in life and living, I am unable to exercise what I have imbibed at that instance. So that frustration of not being able to do so is what prompted him to write to me, which a lot of us go through. So what my understanding is, and what I clarified, was that seeing the videos repeatedly is not a bad thing. It is actually a sign of earnestness, because there has been a recognition in what masters have spoken about, and so one is constantly viewing that in the hope that there is an impact in daily living. And Nisargadatta Maharaj himself said that earnestness is the key. You see, but the flip side is that because the sense of doership is so ingrained in us, we feel that the more and more we exercise that in viewing the videos, that if I do this, if I watch this all the time, then I will imbibe it. That is where it becomes a burden and the frustration results. Sometimes we have to allow what we have heard or seen to do its own job, to sink in. Because as Maharaj used to say to his followers and disciples, that I have already planted the seed, so it is bound to sprout. So the spiritual journey should not be an exercise of trying to get somewhere, because that does result in frustration. But it does not mean like you just watch a video once. You have to see what works for you, what you are comfortable with. But in that quest to change yourself, you throttle the teaching, you see, because you try to enforce it upon yourself and your life situations. It's all right. It's a journey. Life's experiences will unfold. The way you view them, based on your new understanding, will cause different reactions over time. It is a process. It's a flow. So one needn't have to control that, okay, I have learned this, it resonates with me, now I need to implement it. It gets implemented on its own. In our school days, when we were very young, I remember one song. It was very simple. It said, row, row, row your boat, row, row, row your boat, gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Life is a dream. It is a dream because it disappears in your deep sleep. If it was real, it would be there throughout. But in deep sleep, it's gone. You don't even know that you exist in deep sleep. And when you wake up, you call that waking state life and living. All your troubles, all your frustrations, all your suffering is between the time you wake up and the time you go to sleep. But the 6-7 hours of deep sleep, where did they go? Where did your pleasures go? Life is but a dream. And for some, what makes life real is because the suffering seems so real. And it is real when you're facing it. But it is not the truth, which is what the masters point to, because the truth is that which is eternal. it's like a block, not something which is split up and segmented in the duration of time. Maharaj's deepest understanding, and he would say it openly, is that life is suffering. Why? Because we are at peace most in deep sleep. In fact, he even said, my parents enjoyed for a few minutes and I had to suffer for 82 years. So, coming back to this question, we should not make the spiritual journey a punishment in the hope of improving ourselves. We should allow what we like intuitively to do its own work. Because see, the fact that we've already resonated with something and liked it means we know it deep down. It is only the mind which is taking us away from that space. You already know it. That is why you resonate with it. So this whole thing of implementing it in daily living is what the mind is trying to do to control, because without that, the ego, which is the thinking mind, does not get its identity and sense of self. So it is trying to reinforce itself by thinking, yes, I will change myself, I must imbibe this, I will control myself, I will not react the way I used to react. It's the same game. So view the videos as many times you like in happiness, joy, peace, comfort, harmony. That's a sign of earnestness, but let it do its own job. As Ramesh would say, why consider your glass half empty? Consider it half full. Because if God has brought you so far, why would you think that He will drop you here? That is the trust.